Hey guys, Shane here at Tank Hunter Miniatures, and today I'm going over a print guide again, this time for Sisters of Battle. Now I've had my Sisters of Battle tank army for a little while. I sort of went through some of the details like a year or two ago, but I thought I'd go through the actual print instructions and where you can find the models. So, starting with the Castigator, essentially the Battle Nun Assault tank. As you can see, the Castigator model here, which comes out pretty good. I love the detail. I love the work this guy's gone to it, like all the detail on the back thing. Yeah, really good, really nice with this one. I've shown this one off. I'll show it again in a second. What I will say though is the side turrets, because of course the side spindles, they're supposed to be heavy bolters, so you got to play it as heavy bolters, but they're a little small, especially the one in the front. It comes up a bit small. Same with the barrel itself. The actual gun that you get from the proper kit is a lot larger, so you could play around with that, but yeah. Anyway, so but great design, really nice how this one looks, and it'll cost you $13. So a pretty good design for this one. Now the other thing they make here at Outrageous Creations, they actually make a paragon warsuit, war engine or whatever. This model is really good. I think the last battle report I did with Sisters, I was using them. Pretty good model. The problem is there isn't any other options. He just has this one in range, so you're going to have to take him with the storm bolters essentially, not the missile launchers. And it's got a flamer there, and it's got its mace. And I think the much better loadout is sword and multi-melter. That's going to be your most effective one, because of course all your other stuff have flamers, so it's like you're not limited on flamers, so you may as well bring something else to these special guys. But overall, and I think the better design as well, because you don't have the silly sort of baby carrier look. So yeah, $12 and get you one of these. Alright, now this one here, this is an older one, the Kentucky Flaming Church. You can guess what this model is. Now this is a really interesting one, because it more or less gives you sort of just the outline of it. Like instead of a proper chassis, it gives you this basic sort of shape. No real detail there. But once you actually get to the actual thing, it actually comes out pretty good. And of course you can download this. Yeah, that's the little church thing at the back. Comes with the flamer options. But yeah, that being aside, this actual side of the tank, really nice detail. So you can just use this to like make rhinos out of as well. If you need some rhinos, you can easily make a rhino out of this kit as well. Very easily, I will say. And this is free. This is just a free kit you can get. And yeah, it comes up really nicely. So, as we like to do, let's look at the immolator. So if you wanted to buy a new immolator, $140. Or free, no dollars. Paragon warsuits, $125 for 3 models. And a Castigator, $155 now. That's a lot of money. That's some big dollars. So yeah, as you can see, as I was saying, in between the two of these, Battle Nun Assault Tank, yeah, the gun just doesn't quite look the same intimidating, and it doesn't have an option for the twin gun. It's only got one gun option. So yeah, you could make it look a little closer maybe. There'd be ways you could tweak it, but yeah, that's how you're looking for that tank. Now we switch down to the Lychee Slicer. Now, as you can see, I've got 3 sisters here. 3 kits. You can do this all in one print. And it's nice and easy. I put together one of the actual suits before, and it is much more complicated than this. Much more than it needs to be. And this is all pre-supported as well. You don't need to do anything. It's all ready to go. And estimated resin. Let's have another quick look at the price. $3. It will cost you $3. That's $1 per suit. You can do the maths of the saving there. As for the other vehicles, so let's have a look at the assault tank. Yep, we want to bring him up. This one, however, you won't be able to get everything into one print. Some tanks you can quite easily, like all the buggies we did for the orcs. They all had one. It all sort of fit, but not with these guys. So let me just wait for this to load. I'm sorry about this. I didn't expect it to load. I tested it before and it was fine. It didn't tell me it would have any kind of problems. Look at that. It processed and then it deprocessed. See, why are you lying to me? If you're not at that level yet, don't tell me you're at that level. Why do the machines lie? Why do we program to tell lies? Look at that. It went far and then... No program is perfect, I guess, is what we're saying there. So here are all the parts for the castigator. So as I was saying, you're going to have to do these as their own little separate print. I guess you could use the less, because these are all pre-supported. Yeah, if you angled this up better, you might be able to if you take off the supports and did your own, maybe. But this came out perfect when I did it originally, so make that information what it is, and you have to make your own sort of decision there. But this castigator, instead of $155, will cost us $5. That's right, just under $5. Good stuff. So there's your castigator, and like I said, this print comes out really nice. And yeah, you can just reuse the side panels. You could use this for Space Marines, anything else really. Like, this is a really good like model you could just play around with and make something else with. Let's just have a look at the emululator. Oh, sure, the auto. Just work it out. Do your job. Sorry about that. I'm sure it's trying its best, but sometimes its best just isn't good enough. But same thing again, you won't be able to get all the pieces into one print. So here we go, as you can see there. Maybe you could. If I put these on this side though, if I twist this up, yeah, maybe I could. Yeah, you might be able to get this all into one print. I don't remember if I did it in one print or multiple when I did this originally. But it would probably be good to do it in two prints, because these are solid right here. So it's good to print them and hollow them out. And if you're going to hollow them out, you do that separately, because if you hit a hollow all, it'll try and hollow everything. But this is the only thing that needs it. So you'd probably do your sides separately, maybe do all your other parts individually. But overall, it's a really good kit, this one. And like I said, it was for free. It doesn't have quite the same amount of detail, but it still holds up pretty good. And it will cost you just under $3 to print one of these guys. Because again, the chassis itself is just a very simple sort of object that you can just stick stuff onto. It's very basic, the construction wise. And then it's just got the parts, so the back's there, and the front, slap that on the front, slap, and then top. Little holder there, and a couple of fences to keep the church on the back in place. And yeah, there's your This is a good model as well. Like, I haven't really said about the actual model itself, but look at that. That's good detail. That is very nice. For just, yeah. For just, yeah, detail for an actual, yeah, miniature itself. So, yeah. Do I have the helmet? Oh, yeah, there's a little helmet there. Very good. I think I just had extra helmets, so I didn't bother printing anything off when I did this one. Intense. Alright. So, yeah. That's how you put it all together. That's the models themselves. If you look on the website for these guys, though, they do have one for the Exorcist as well. They have a model for the Exorcist, which looks pretty good as well. They have their own immolator as well, but of course that's like $12, and this one was free. But if you want to keep it all in the same style, it all fits the same theme there. So you can get all your army from just that one shop, just these one guys. Yeah, so when you put it together, it will look like this. Alright, so on my right we have a normal immolator from Games Workshop. It's got the clear plastic for the window there. That's the word I was looking for, window. So that's your normal one that you know and you love. Here's the one we printed though. So the window also comes up pretty good. It doesn't quite fit. I think the plastic has expanded, so I'm gonna have to just file it off a bit. It shouldn't be too hard. And it did have the same sort of guardrail sort of thing on the side there, but that does break off in transport, so I just have left it for the minute. But overall, like I said, if you look at the side to side, it's not as detailed, but it's good. It's definitely an okay detail. Like if this was made like 10 years ago, you'd say, wow, that's a high standard. That's the top standard. So yeah, if it still is pretty close, I'd have to say. Like looking from afar, you couldn't really. Like if that was clear as well, you wouldn't really notice the difference all too much. So yeah, your immolator comes out, like I said, this one was the heavy one though, because this is solid resin. I didn't realize it till later prints that I should make them hollow. As for this guy here, he's a castigator. I've shown him off before. That's just a storm bolter from kits I had previously laying around. And as you can see, he's just completely hollow underneath, which is very easy for transporting around. So they come up very good. Like I said, I've shown them off a bunch, but I haven't really shown off the comparison to the Paragon engine. So this is a normal Paragon engine that I've put together. Very painfully though, because you see this, you see this arm here? So when you're putting this together, you have to, come on, focus on that. Yeah, you see the arm bit on the left, that's separate. So you have to stick that tiny arm, the secondary arm, you have to stick that onto the part. This side here, that's all one piece. That's fine. That just slots straight in. This arm here comes in two pieces for some reason. That, yeah, was very painful to put together, thankfully. So yeah, like I said, this has the baby carrier. She's just hanging out there. Even though she's got small arms, she has incredibly long, giant legs. Because that's what they do. Sisters of Battle are just all bottom heavy. Giant-legged women. So as for the printed version from that studio, yeah, it's quite clearly it's more of a Terminator. They're inside the suit, and how much of them is inside the suit, that is, you know, could be just a torso and a head. They could be doing a RoboCop. That's for you to decide if they can fit like that inside. I'm going to go with RoboCop. but very similar model. So she does stand a little taller, the original one, but that's the superior though. Yeah. And of course, like I said, having the weapon options is nice as well. This one, they have another version on their website, which is more like this sort of style. But yeah, like I said, I care for this one more. So there you go. That's a choice you can make for yourself. If you like this version or this version, you let me know in the comments below. But that's about it for the sisters. So I might do one for Votan next. I did a little bit of that, but in a previous episode, but yeah, maybe I could go in a bit more detail about how to get that done. But that's it for this week. If you didn't notice, my throat's not great. I was all sick last week, and we're just barely pulling it together. It is the season for it, for being horribly sick. So thank you, Nurgle, for that. It's probably my punishment for not doing well enough in that Nurgle tournament, for failing him. So he's like, alright, you have to be sick now. You know, it's just the price you pay for dealing with Chaos Gods. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.